Hey, I'm Angel Tuccy, founder of Media Firestorm, co-founder of Media Firestorm and the Need a Guest Facebook community. And we are on a mission to help our clients become the most profitable guests, podcast guests on the planet. And I know you probably have a little bit of concerns. You probably have some questions about what does it mean to work with us? What does working with us look like? So I thought I'd come in and I'd answer the top three questions that we get from people who are checking us out and wanting to know is, will this work for me? And I'll tell you that most of our clients who come to us are they are brands that recognize, like, I need constant exposure. I'm getting my message out there randomly, right? Inconsistently, but really what I know and recognize if I'm going to be the known expert in the space, the influencer in the space, get my message out, I need constant exposure. And right now, kind of the only options on the table seem to be social media or running ads. But what if I told you, right? There was an easier way, a fun way, right, to actually establish yourself, creating long form content. You could do it from anywhere on the planet, and you can actually monetize from it without ads and the use of social media. And yes, I'm talking about being a podcast guest. Being a podcast guest is an incredible marketing platform that creates revenue. And so if you're looking for a way to establish yourself as a brand, create constant exposure, and to monetize from those podcast interviews, that's exactly the framework that we have created here at Media Firestorm. My background is in broadcasting, as a public speaker, traveling for years as a public speaker, speaking on hundreds of stages. And so I bring those relationships, that network, and that expertise to the table. My co-founder, Jamie, sales and marketing, copywriting, tech, we bring that. So if you are looking, right, and we have an incredible team behind the scenes ready to support you. But I know, like, the question is, like, will this work for me? And here's why it works. When I remember, I was in broadcasting. I started traveling as a public speaker, and I did that for 2 straight years on the road constantly. And then, of course, during the pandemic, when everything shut down, came home and sat here in front of a screen, right, and talking to a video screen, and we all did. But what I discovered after, right, we took 2 years, actually, we took about 15 months to just test out, could we only use podcast interviews to grow? Could we only use podcast interviews as our number one traffic source? And so we kind of put ourselves through that test. And to date, we've helped a couple hundred people run that same platform and run that same framework. We did that, and our Facebook community grew in 2 years using podcast interviews, right, as our sole traffic source. We grew our group from 10,000 to 40,000 and also grew our email list by growing that Facebook community. So that's our background and that's how we came here. But the question, right, is, right, will it work for me? Like my brand, my story. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of demand right now for guests who are in the entrepreneurial space, sales, marketing, networking, entrepreneur, wealth, finance, investing, real estate. And these are just some of the top, and I'm going to go through and show you the kind of shows that you can get booked on. But if you have a course, if you have something that is scalable, something that is can be delivered digitally, that you can serve clients all around the country or even all around the globe, then podcasting works really great. Now, if you've got a brick and mortar and you only serve like a 30-mile zone, TMZ, right? The 30-mile zone around you, then what podcasting does for you, it's not necessarily bringing traffic in the door, but it does establish you as a brand, positions you as the thought leader in your space, and gives you lots of exposure, constant exposure. But if you've got a brick and mortar and you only serve like a really small area and small geographical area, it's not likely going to drive clients into your door immediately. But if you've got something that you can deliver digitally, maybe you have an online store, they can buy from you online, you have e-commerce, right? You have all of that built in, then absolutely, this is a great platform. This is a great platform to use. So I know a lot of our clients want to know, or potential clients want to know, what kind of shows can I get on? Can I get on? I only want to get, like we get this, I only want to get on top shows. I get it. You're busy. Your time is money, right? Time is valuable. We don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste my time either. In the beginning, I said yes to every opportunity. If somebody asked me to be on their show, I was a guest. I said yes. My friend Kimberly says if somebody hands you the mic, you say yes. So I call it like playing the clubs, right? Up and coming celebrities and musicians, right? And comedy and all of that. Like, what was it? Bruce Willis. I remember him, doing Bartles and James TV commercials, right? Before he was a blockbuster film star. Right? So we got to start somewhere. We start by playing the clubs. And so if you're just looking for I just want to start getting random. I don't really need a strategy behind it. I just want to get booked on shows. We have two Facebook communities that you can plug into, and like you can do that for free, DIY, go and get booked. But if you truly want a strategy, creating constant exposure, getting booked on quality shows every single week, our hosts, podcasters come to us requesting guests. That's what makes us different. Our podcasters come to us every week requesting guests for their show. I know it would seem like they don't need to do that, right? It'd be easy for them to find guests, but what they're really looking for are quality guests who are going to be strategic in their methodology. They're going to show up on time. They're going to be professional about this. They're going to share the show. Perhaps you have a marketing platform. They're going to email it. You're going to email it. We're all going to be marketing partners together. And so that's really what they're looking for. They're not just looking for guests. They're looking for marketing partners. And so a lot of our clients, right, we position you so that you can go out and become a marketing partner for these shows. So what kind of shows? I'm going to share my screen with you. Um, every week, podcast hosts come to us, say, I'm looking for guests for my show. So rent to retirement, next level income, marriage and intimacy, being Tracy, business renegades. Like these are all right. So you see their name, we have their show name, we have their show link, we have the downloads. And if I scroll over, we have lots of information. I just wanted to show you some show names and some download numbers, right? So if you're looking to get in front of 1,000 extra people every week, 5,000, 3,000, 10,000, 40,000, right? Constant exposure is the key to getting your brand out there and building up your business. Now, the way that we've created this, we don't want to be the middleman. We're not going to get in the way. We're going to introduce you to these podcasters, and you get to look and book, right? Pick the shows that you want to be on. We don't make that decision for you. We just found that the fastest and easiest way is if we get out of your way and let you choose the shows that you want to be on that are a good fit for you based on your criteria. And every one of our clients has different criteria of what you're looking for in in a podcast interview. And we just found I've got hundreds of people who need guests. I've got great clients who want to be a guest. I'll bring you guys together. You guys decide if this is the right fit for you. So you look, you book, you put it on your calendar. So you can start immediately from day one. We allow you, right? We give you immediate access so that you can start getting yourself booked on a podcast. And ideally, it's two podcasts a week. Two podcasts a week over 6 months, that's 50 podcasts. Imagine what would being in front of 50 fresh new audiences do for your business? What would that do? What impact would that make? Talk about constant exposure, right? So it, ideally, two per week. However, in the first 30 days, this is what it looks like in the first 30 days. I want you to come in and pick one show every day and respond to one host every day for 30 days. So in your first 30 days, you're filling up your calendar and booking and getting your calendar full and for the next couple of months. And then after your 30 days, then we scale that back and we just add two new shows every single week. So in the beginning, we want to put some volume behind it because also what we find a lot of our clients, right, they're doing the right things, right? You've got the brand, you've got the program, you've got the story, you've got your podcast title, right? You just need more, right? We're booking some calls, we're getting some clients, we're getting some exposure. We just need more volume. That's what we deliver from day one here inside of Media Firestorm. Next question really is, what if it doesn't work? What if I can't find shows that are a good fit that I want to be on? What if my email list doesn't grow? What if my business doesn't grow? What if it doesn't work? I just saw something that said, right, here's a true guarantee. If you don't do anything different, you're guaranteed to stay right where you are. right? But if you put some energy, if you become obsessed with what you want, getting booked and becoming a profitable guest, right? Our mission is to help our clients to become the most profitable guests on the planet, right? If you put your attention to that, where energy, where focus goes, energy flows, right? Right? If you become obsessed with what you want, you're going to get it. It's going to be in front of you everywhere. So we do two things only. We focus to help our clients for, especially for the first 30 days. We just focus on two core elements, getting you, increasing traffic and exposure by getting you booked on podcast and increasing sales calls, right? Booking sales calls by emailing your existing leads, right? The leads that are currently on your email list and those that you're going to add by getting booked on podcasts. This isn't the magic like little silver bullet, right? That's going to magically grow your business instantly. This is really a long-term strategy, right? And it's a strategy that we gauge, right? Every 30 days, we come back and we do a check-in call, an assessment call. Where's your business at? What's the volume look like? What are the 1 to 2 strategies that we need to tweak, right? Where there's constraints in your business that we need to focus on the next month. Like we are dialing this in and we're being really microscopic about measuring traffic results and dialing that in. But it's really a 90-day as business owners, it's a 90-day assessment. So what you're doing today is going to really impact your bottom line 90 days from now. So today, if you look at your business, what were the activities you were doing 90 days ago, right? To create leads, offers, and sales, right? Leads, offers, and sales. If we've got those three things in the pipeline, and so 90 days, you can look at your activities and what were you doing to create leads, offers, and sales, and you can equate it to your bank account, right? And your results this month. So every 90 days is really you as really looking at your business as a business owner, right? Not just a hobby, but as a business owner. And what are we doing to create traffic, right? Leads, offers, and sales. And so every 90 days, you're going to have really clear metrics to measure. Um, and then I guess the next question is, what kind of support do I have? Right? How am I being supported? What access do I have to the team? And I'll tell you what, we've created a member portal, everything, right? Super transparent, super clear, access to our entire team Monday through Friday inside of the member portal. Ask a question, ask for feedback, get answers, get eyes on something you're looking for. We have a team of coaches that are in there every single day monitoring. So you get access Monday through Friday to our team. You don't have to wait for a call. You don't have to wait. You can just ask a question, right? And we're in there responding. We also host like 2 or 3 live sessions that you can plug into and get your questions answered. And we have a whole portal, a library of incredible resources to help you navigate through this process. But we really do truly want to break it down into those two simple daily habits, creating traffic, creating sales, right? And we create traffic by getting you booked on podcasts, create sales by sending out a simple daily email. So those are the questions. That's the kind of the crux of Media Firestorm. We've got hundreds of testimonials. We've got hundreds of results. We've got hundreds of podcasters who are looking for guests. The only thing missing is you, right? Are you ready to explode? Are you ready to take your message to the next level, to become the number one authority in your niche and leveraging the podcasting world, leveraging being a podcast guest to help you get there? If that's true and that's you, let's get started. We're ready to go. I hope you are too. Cheers.